Good morning, my friends. Welcome to Kevin at 7. Thank you for joining me this morning. It is Monday morning, October the, 8th. So I hope all of you are off to an amazing week. This is Momentum Monday. Momentum Monday. How do you create momentum in your day? How do you create momentum in your week? How do you create momentum in your life? That's what we're going to talk about today, mainly in this respect. Momentum is not smooth. I think this is one of the biggest struggles I have, is realizing that momentum is does not mean the path is going to be easy or going to be smooth. So good morning, everybody. Welcome to Kevin at 7. Thank you for joining me. It's exciting to see all you guys here. So good morning, Francisco from Indio, California, and somebody else who was the first one on, Gina Black from Grapevine. Good morning. Thank you for joining me on Facebook. Thumbs up to all of you guys, hearts to all of you guys, and YouTube. Thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. We're going to talk about how you create momentum in your life and understanding that momentum does not mean everything is going to be smooth. Hey, Vega from Kenneth. It's Kenneth Vega Rencas. I don't know what that means, but anyway, Kenneth from Puerto Rico. Great to see you this morning. Welcome, everybody. Good morning, Bonnie from Port Charlotte, Florida. Good morning, Megan from Williamsburg, Virginia. Robin Leck from Colleyville. Nobody knows where Colleyville is, Robin, except you and me. So always post your state as well, because all the people on this from all over the world, they have no idea where Colleyville is. So welcome, everybody. So have you watched the GoPro videos of these guys doing things like riding down this razor thin ridge on a mountain, and they're just going down and they're just going bam, 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 and they're just like, they have momentum, right? You guys agree with that? They have momentum. They're just like flying down this mountain, and it's just, but is it smooth? And the answer is not smooth at all. It's totally just like, and they're just bouncing down the road. And see, we want momentum to go like this. We just want it to be like effortless, smooth. Life is perfect. Life is simple. And look, I wish everything was that simple, but life is not that simple. Life is unbelievably amazing. And it can be bumpy. But bumpy does not mean things aren't going right. Yes, Vega, I got Kenneth. I got that. Kenneth Vega Drancas. Is that how you say it? I don't know if you say that. If it's Hispanic, I'm not sure. But it's good to have you on this morning. Awesome. Good morning, Veronica from Utah. Good morning, Sagita from Florida. Yola from Corona, California. Perfect. Love it. Art from San Francisco Bay. Awesome. Good to see you. All right. So how do you get momentum? First step to getting momentum is you start. And that's why we do Momentum Monday. Every Monday, you're starting a new week. And so if you take some time off on the weekend, or you take some time off, which you should, and most agents that I know, if they're going to take a day off, they take a Saturday off or a Sunday off. I don't care what day you take off, you have to take a day off. And this is something I'm going to talk about this morning, is that creating habits or getting momentum is about creating habits, creating patterns that take you through the bumps. Does this make sense? If it does, let me see some thumbs up. I'm going to say it again. Having momentum is about creating habits that take you through the bumps, that keep the momentum going through the bumps. Everybody got that? It's so important. You got to understand that bumps are going to be there. They're going to be reality. And the greater the greater your aspirations, bigger your dreams, the more committed you are to succeeding at a high level, the more committed you are to being the best at what you do, the bumpier that road is going to be, because there's fewer people traveling it. And it's a more difficult road. See, when somebody commits to greatness, when somebody commits to true greatness, you have sentenced yourself to future pain. Does everybody understand? In 41 days, I'm going to be running a Spartan Beast marathon. It's not a marathon. It's a Spartan Beast. It's a Spartan obstacle course race. It'll be 8 to 12 miles long, 30 obstacles. And I knew when I signed up for that, that I had signed up for pain. Okay. That's just the way it goes, right? When you want to do something that's hard, when you want to do something that's challenging, that's great, you have just signed up for pain. And we do, and the problem is, or one of the challenges is, good morning, everybody. So good morning, Raj from it is Canadian Thanksgiving today. Happy Thanksgiving. Wow, I didn't even think about that, but you're right. So Raj, good. And anybody else from Canada, let's give all the Canadians a thumbs up or some hearts for happy Canadian Thanksgiving. They celebrate earlier than us here in the US. Lucky people. I think we should celebrate both. We don't want bumps. We want smooth. And yet the greater the greater the goal you set, the bigger the obstacles are going to be. And so there's going to be more bumps. You got to get ready for that. How do you sustain yourself through it? Well, you commit and you create habits. Now, there's so many cool things I want to tell you today. I'm going to only tell you a couple of them because I want to get you guys out there and on the streets and in your office. I want you working, making money, doing the things that you're doing today. So you're being productive. But this is getting you ready. This is sharpening the sword. So habits are when you've done it enough times in a row, you do it consistently enough that it's effortless, right? And when I say effortless, it's getting yourself to do it is effortless. Doing it may take a lot of effort, but getting yourself to do it is effortless. Why? Because it's a habit. All right. So we talk about the power of creating habits. And I remember a video. That my journey of learning this started with a guy named Robin Sharma. And Robin Sharma created this thing called the 5 a.m. Club. And so I started getting up at 5 a.m. every morning. And I still get up at 5 a.m. every morning. I've been doing it for years now. And I don't know how many years now, but 2.5 years, I think I get up at 5 o'clock every morning, Monday through Friday. Every day I'm working, I get up at 5 a.m. And this morning, we just got back from vacation. So last week was a week of vacation. So we were completely off last week. I did not work. I didn't check an email. I didn't do anything for over last till yesterday. So Sunday. So that was 7, 8, 9 days that I didn't do anything. I didn't check emails. I didn't do anything. The only people I talked to some people that I wanted to talk to and inner circle members that needed me. I talked to them, but I just completely took off. And I turned off my alarms. All the alarms were turned off for a whole week, which means, no, it's not true. We were on trip. And so I'd set my alarm because I did some Kevin at Sevens last week. Right. And so I set my alarm on a couple mornings because we'd been out late and I didn't want to oversleep because I was not getting up at 5 a.m. last week on vacation. I got up when I wanted to get up. So this morning, I'm back on, right? And so this morning I set the alarm, yesterday I set the alarm for this morning and it went off. I woke up and I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm like, I didn't want to get up. It was like just a week off. And I'm like, there was resistance. Okay. And I felt the resistance of not wanting to get up at 5 a.m. this morning. Has anybody else ever felt this way? Like you just didn't want to get going, right? If you do, let me see thumbs up. You just didn't want to get going, right? So, but I had to get up and I knew it. And so I pushed through the resistance and boom, I'm up. I'm going again. I'm back on my feet. And once I got going this morning, nothing fell into place this morning. In other words, because I hadn't done it for a week, my regular morning routine, it was not effortless this morning. But once I started doing it, I'm like the old habit and just that feeling of, yes, I'm back in the groove. I'm back in the zone. I'm going again. And it feels so good to push through that. But it was bumpy and I had to push and push and push. And sometimes it's going to be that way. However, when you create a habit, that bumpiness may still be there, but the resistance disappears. Does that make sense to everybody? The resistance goes away. And so it's all about creating habits. And so what Robin Sharma taught me with this idea of the 5 a.m. club is he says, when you go to create a new habit, and it was the second one that I heard talk about the 66 days, that it takes 66 days to hardwire a new habit, right? That's how long it takes, 66 days on average to hardwire a new habit, which means you make a habit so powerful that it is harder not to do it than it is to keep doing it. And here's what he said, and I was reminded of this morning because by the way, I'm starting a new 66 days of transformation this morning. So you can see here's day one. Every 66 days, or not totally. I finished 166 days a week ago Friday. So I took the week off of vacation just to reflect and kind of figure out what I wanted to do in the next 66 days, and then get back when I started back to work. Good morning, Elaine from Chile, Colorado. Good to see you. And so today is my new 66 days of transformation. So every 66 days, or every 66 days, I start a new program for myself of new commitments of what am I going to do this 66 days that I want to create and turn into a habit. And so that's what I've done. And part of it is recalibrating, resetting new habits, reaffirming them, fixing my morning routine. My biggest thing on habits for me is my morning routine. Because if I get here's the reality. If you get your morning started strong, you start your morning strong, you are powerful for the rest of the day. In fact, somebody post that. When you start your morning strong, you are powerful for the rest of the day. When you start your morning strong, you are powerful for the day. Somebody write that. I'd like to see that memorialized. When you start your morning strong, you are powerful for the day, for the whole day, for the entire day, for the rest of the day. Why? Because it's momentum, right? Now, here's what Robin Sharma said. What Robin Sharma said is whenever you decide to change your life, to transform your life, when you decide to start when you start a new habit, he says, starting new habits, creating new habits is always, ready? It is always bumpy. It is hard at the beginning. It is hard at the beginning. Thank you, guys. It is hard at the beginning. It is messy in the middle, and it is beautiful at the end. When you decide to start a new habit, it is going to be hard at the beginning, messy in the middle, and beautiful at the end. And what he meant by that was that it's what is hard at the beginning because you're not used to it. So there's resistance, resist. Then he says it's messy in the middle. What does that mean? You're going to fall off the train. You're going to get hit you're going to hit a bump and it's going to knock you down. And you're going to go like, oh, I messed up. I blew it. It's going to be messy. What do? You got to get back up and keep going. It's going to be tough. There's going to be resistance. There's going to be failure. There's going to be blood. There's going to be sweat and tears. It's all going to be there. But the beauty is when you push through it, at the end, it's beautiful. All breakthroughs happen this way. That's why this has been so profound for me. When I started reading, and reading all the different training and the research and all of that about the power of habits and how habits change your life. I just read the book that I've talked about on this, my Kevin at Sevens, is a new book by Benjamin Hardy on willpower doesn't work. And he talks about it. And good morning, Brittany Chisholm. Richie, good to see you this morning from Texas. So Brittany is one of my old friends from like when she was a little girl, and I knew her. And she was like, I think 5th grade in that area. I knew her for several years. And now she is now a 5th grade teacher. And awesome. It's good to see you, Brittany. So I guess you have a day off today. That's congratulations. But I was so moved by this power of creating habits in my life and doing it over a 66-day program that I actually created an entire online program called 66 Days of Transformation. And I put the link in the on the Facebook thing for you guys. I just posted it on the YouTube as well. 66dot.com. 66dot.com. It is a 66-day program with me that will help you create and hardwire the habits of productivity and power in your life that will change your life. 66dot. DOT stands for Days of Transformation. And it's not just something that you do one time. It's something you do over and over and over again. So I have a lot of my people that are in the 66 Days of Transformation. Once you invest in the program, you get it for life. So you have lifetime access to it. So you don't just do it one time and then quit. You do it one time and then you do it again and again and again. And you just, what you're doing is every time you do it, you're adding on a new habit or two. So in the first 66 days of transformation, you pick 2 or 3 or 4 powerful habits that you want to install into your life, that if I can create these 3 habits or these 2 habits, if I can create these in my life so that they become hardwired and effortless, it'll change everything in my life. And that there's some things that right now you're like, they're the things that you keep going like, I got to do this. No, I need to do this. I get started and I get knocked off the wagon. Well, what you need is, and what you want is habits, because habits are what make it sustainable. So this is the thing. Momentum is not smooth, but you want momentum to be sustainable. And the way you make it sustainable is by creating habits in your life. Don't expect it to be smooth, my friends. It's not going to be happening. There you go. So Elaine says, starting meeting with myself, practicing scripts today. I'd let it slip for too long. Good. So now you make a commitment, Elaine. 66, do it for 66 days in a row. Now, I'm going to tell you one more thing about this, because this is a habit of work, a business habit, role-playing scripts every day. Okay. You can do it for 5 days a week or 6 days a week. In other words, when you're on a day off, if you miss it, as long as you're consistent, it doesn't hurt you. So if you if you do it Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday you don't do it, Monday through Friday you do it, Saturday, Sunday you don't. Monday through Friday you do it, Saturday, Sunday you don't. Monday through Friday you do it, Saturday, Sunday you don't. That, my friends, is a habit. That is a pattern. And your subconscious mind can hardwire a habit even with a day off or 2 days off, as long as you're consistent. You can't go like, okay, I'm gonna role play for a couple of days and then I miss a day. And then I role play for 3 days and then I miss 2 days. And then I role play for a day and I miss a day. And then I role play for 4 days and I miss a day. That's not a pattern. That's chaos. Okay, that's why people get stuck in mediocrity. It's because there's no commitment. Your subconscious brain is going like, I can't figure out what you want. Do you want to do this or do you not want to do this? Is this important or is this not the way you're in your favor? It's when you're consistent with it. If something's important and you don't do it consistently, your brain, your subconscious mind, which is the most powerful part of your mind, your subconscious mind doesn't get it. And it's like, I don't know what's up. So what does it do? It doesn't help you. There's no power. There's no power to it. Habits is where power is. For better or for worse, right now you have habits. You just probably have some bad ones. Habits of procrastination, habits of not doing what you're supposed to be doing, habits of creative avoidance. Those are the ones you got to eliminate and replace them with habits of productivity, habits of transformation, habits of power. So that's why I created 66 days of transformation for you. Now, you want to change your life? We've got 66 days, takes us now through November and into December, right? Right now. Yes, this is perfect for 5th graders, Brittany. If you start creating good habits, and one of my best friends, Bois, and his son Axel is 11 years old, and he gets up at 5 a.m. every morning to train because he wants to play in the NFL. And so he's training every morning, 5 a.m. Before he even goes to school, he's got 2 hours of training in every single day. While the other kids are sleeping, he's out training. Okay. And it's a habit. He's been doing it now for 2 years. It's a habit. Now you imagine, guys, what happens. Just think about this. Think about a kid who decides he wants to be an NFL player. And you think about, he gets up at 5 a.m. every morning for, let's just say it's only 5 days a week. I don't know if he does it on weekends or not. I know he does some training, but they have games and stuff on weekends. If he does 5 days a week, 2 hours every morning while all the other kids are sleeping. Right now, he's 11 years old. There's probably some other kids out there who are better than him. But see, over time, what he's getting is the hours of training, the consistency. And he's putting in the hours, and he's putting in 10 hours a week. 10 hours a week while everybody else is sleeping. Now, he trains more than that. But I'm just saying this is 2 hours a day where everybody else is still in bed. And he's training. Okay, that's 10 hours every single week. That's 520 hours a year while the other kids are sleeping. That's 520 hours of training. Now you do that for 10 years. That's 5,000 hours of training. You do that for 20 years. By the time he's in college, when he needs to be the best, he will have over 10,000 hours of training while all the other kids were sleeping. And it's a habit. It's transformational. Why? Because his dreams are big. So the requirements are big in terms of consistencies. Does that make sense to everyone? Now you talk about he just put into play the 10,000 hour rule beyond his regular training, beyond his practicing with the team and all that kind of stuff. We're talking 2 hours in the morning when everybody else is doing something else. Think about that. Think about what if you did that as a real estate agent? What would that do for your life? If you train 2 hours a day on your conversations, on your listing presentation, on your pre-qualifying conversation, on your prospecting scripts, on your objection handlers, if you trained for 2 hours a day, how would that transform your confidence? How would it transform your conversations? How would it transform your results? I'm going to tell you, it would give you the opportunity to create the same kind of income that professional athletes create. Because see, they train for 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 hours every single day. And real estate agents train for mostly 0 hours a week, a month. They don't train at all. They just work. Training is where the money is. And that's what the only way you're going to do it is create habits. All right, guys, I've given you a lot this morning. I hope this has been helpful. If it has, let me see some thumbs up. If you guys are, those of you watching this on YouTube, if this is helping you, would you give the video a thumbs up before you leave this morning? All right, guys, awesome. Have a great day. Go to 66dot.com. The links are there. I put the links for you guys. 66dot.com. Register for that. You got register. There's a 10-day money back guarantee on it. Because look, after 10 days, you're either gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. If you're not gonna do it, then get out. Don't invest if you're not committed, because the program will not do it for you ever. You have to create your own success. All I'm doing is guiding you, walking you through that, giving you the motivation, giving you the accountability, giving you the direction, helping you get through the bumps and all that kind of stuff so you can win. Have an awesome day, everybody. Play to win and always expect. Yes, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Kevin at 7. Thanks, everybody.